Next, we're going to look at two-step equations, solving two-step equations. And we're going to go back to the Big Pine Hemlock Bluff example. Remember the Big Pine example? They charged a base fee of $40 and $10 per hour. So, we are going to start with that equation. The cost is $40 and $10 an hour. Okay? Sorry, $40 up front and $10 an hour. So let's say your friend, you rented a canoe for your friend, and you got the bill, and the cost was $90. Okay? And you don't know how long your friend was out. So by subbing in 90 into the cost, you now have 40 plus 10h. Well, you want to find out how many hours your friend was gone in that canoe. So here's my variable hours. My hours is being multiplied by 10, and then that is added to 40. So we're going to undo this equation the furthest away from the variable. Okay, so the furthest number on the same side, the equal sign is the division of sides, is the 40. So the 40 we need to get rid of first. So let's get rid of the 40. Well, how do we get rid of a positive 40? Well, we can subtract 40 from each side. Okay, and 90 minus 40 would leave 50 equals to 10h. And the second step is now we're back into the one-step equation, is how do I get rid of a 10 multiplied by h? Well, I can divide them both by 10. That will cross out, and I'm left with h is equal to 5. Therefore, your friend used that canoe for 5 hours. Okay, let's look at a couple other two-step equations. Let's say we had x divided by 3 plus 5 is equal to 10. Okay, so now I have x divided by 3 plus 5 is equal to 10. Okay, you can look at it this way. What's happening to my x? Okay, well, what's happening to my x is it's being divided by 3, and then it's being added. We're adding 5 to it. So how do we undo those? To undo those, we would need to, instead of adding 5, we need to subtract 5 and then multiply by 3. And that's the steps we take there. So to undo these, we need to do these. So my first step is to get rid of that positive 5. I need to subtract 5 from both sides. And x divided by 3, positive 5 minus 5 goes to 0. So I'm just left with x plus 3, or x divided by 3. I could write a plus 0, but that really means nothing, is equal to 10 minus 5 is 5. So I've checked off that step. Now I need to get rid of dividing by 3 by multiplying by 3. So I multiply both sides by 3. That will cross out with that, and I'm left with x is equal to 5. Put a bracket on that. 5 times 3 is 15. Okay, because I multiplied both sides by 3. Okay, let's look at one more. So let's say I have 7 minus 2x is equal to 21. So again, what's happening to my x? My x, it's being multiplied by a negative 2. We're no longer going to look at that as a minus 2. It's being multiplied by negative 2. Multiplied negative 2. And then there's a positive 7 out there. So we're adding 7. So to undo that, what's happening to my x is I need to do the opposite. To get rid of my positive 7, I'm going to have to subtract 7. Instead of multiplying by negative 2, I'm going to have to divide by negative 2. So first things first, let's get rid of that 7. Subtract 7 from both sides. negative 2x is equal to 21 minus 7 leaves 14. And to get rid of that negative 2 multiplied by x, I'm going to have to divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. That crosses out, and I'm left with x is equal to, well, 14 divided by negative 2 is negative 7.